What is up, guys? This is James, J. Hebert Side, and I haven't posted in a long time. But despite that fact, I did it! $1,000 subscribers. You know, and I didn't realize how big that number is until now. It's huge. I remember when I first started YouTube back in, I want to say 2010. I only had 100 subscribers, and that took 2 years to get. And I look back about a year ago, and I realized how much my editing skills have matured, but also how I've just matured creatively. And apparently it's gotten so good to the point where a year ago I had 100 subscribers in a little over 4 months. And now fast forward, to now, and I have 1,000 subscribers. That's 9 times over, and it's just crazy how I've gotten there in such a short amount of time, from 100 to 1,000 people. That's crazy. It's just insane to know that there's 1,000 people that count on me to deliver content. And I feel like in that regard, I kind of let you guys down. And I don't stick to a consistent schedule. Despite this being a hobby, I could definitely post videos. You know what I mean? I have so much stuff stored in my head that I've already done. And I just haven't released it yet. And I don't know why. And I don't know. Part of it is I needed to find myself. And I've been going through states of depression. And that's not just with this. It's with everything. But it's not like clinical or anything. I just, I feel like a lot of stuff kind of goes wrong in my life. And I feel like, or at the time, and probably still now or then, I don't think it immediately went away, but at the time it was kind of consistently bringing me down this path of, I feel like it's just not going to make a difference, and I feel like it's going to hurt people more than help people, because I had experiences where stuff ended badly, and I felt like I had the power to stop it at the time, and I didn't. And it didn't really happen before, but it can, like, when it first started, I didn't think that, but stuff consistently happened throughout my life, whether it was professionally and personally or hobby-wise, and I consider those like 3 separate categories. It just never worked out for me, and I considered my options on why, you know what I mean, and I'm starting to wonder those, and I'm starting to solve them, and part of it is I want to know what my end goal is, and my end goal is just to be simply one of the best YouTubers on this platform when it comes to this. And just to share my thoughts and opinions and my views on stuff. Not just, in Titantrons and musics, but in other assets in wrestling and on YouTube. So that's why I wanted to do that. And then I kind of also have to ask myself how I got to get to that goal. Well, I got to create content for that to work now, don't I? And that's the only way I'm going to get even more fans. And if I had that motivation, I'd probably surpass that a month ago, the 1,000 subscriber mark. But that's the past, it's the future, and I could definitely, change the future if I put my mind to it. So, I just want you guys to know, I feel horrible in a way for not posting as much content as I used to. And then I'm going to start doing that again. I don't necessarily have a consistent schedule yet, but I do have plans to release a bunch of videos, maybe even one tonight before I go to bed, because I want to put out content for you guys. That's my end goal before I go to sleep. Is I want to put out more content, and I got to, and that's what I plan to do. So if you guys are looking forward to that, I appreciate it. I appreciate that you watch any of my content, old or new, and the fact that I just have 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 people that want to watch my content is just insane. And it's unreal. It's really unreal that I have that much, and I can't wait for this. I can't wait to continue on doing what I love to do as far as a hobby, and hopefully to make a career out of it. Not necessarily off this channel, but maybe other projects that I have down the road, wink wink, when it comes to YouTube. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers, and until next time, see you on the Jay Hebert side. So as you guys can tell, this part of the video wasn't planned, but I realized I opened up a lot, and I realized I should have opened up more, because I realized how long it's been since I uploaded a real video, and besides the beta podcast intro that I created. There have been times where stuff of mine, hobbies of mine, and business stuff of mine, and personal stuff of mine have all ended pretty badly. There was a time, probably around September of last year, where I started to really think that no matter what I do, still got the headphones on, it's gonna be kind of pointless, and because everything's just gonna end badly for me, because somehow it always manages to. Like before, the teen center, which is in Weymouth, I used to go to it all the time, and I just wanted to create, that to be a safe place, and I was always stuck on a certain person that was causing trouble there, and I wanted to get rid of him so badly because he was, hurting people in there and out there. And I got so obsessed with that I got involved in something that I shouldn't have, and even though what I was trying to do was more of the right way of doing things, it just ended horribly because I never should have done it in the first place, and I feel terrible for that to this day. I feel personally responsible for almost getting that place out of business in a way, and I haven't really been able to let that go. But around September, we started a new thing because we were so dead set that it was bad, called The Hangout. And I think a lot of people know The Hangout if you've watched my music video. September of last year, that took a hiatus. Something horrible happened there where I felt that I made a wrong call by banning a certain couple of people and not banning the other guy, even though I didn't even have to ban anyone. The other guy was willing to walk, and I was so consistent on having him stay, and it hurt. It hurt the group, and honestly, I've never been able to let that go since I've come to that realization. And not even just that, but it's like the fact that I kind of broke my own code. I had a code that I wouldn't judge anyone when they first walked in the door, and I would set that example. And I was the one that broke it first, and the Hangout pretty much split into two different groups at that point, siding with one guy and the other guy, and it just imploded. And I remember it was the same day I thought my dad was gonna die. God, everything felt like it was a mess. And I was just massively depressed, and that was around that time where I thought no matter what I touch, it turns to shit. And then other stuff kind of happened along the lines. I ended up bringing back WYW the following year, and then also bringing the Hangout back in the same time. And I thought everything was going good again, or at least I fooled myself into believing and thinking that. But it wasn't. Actually, the end of last year, I ended up bringing WYW back while the Hangout was on a hiatus. And I did good on the first episode, and the second episode was even better, but for some reason I can't get the third out, despite the fact that I am almost done with it. I just can't finish it. I don't know why. I just had this feeling that it's gonna end badly, I guess. I might get a bit emotional, guys, so I apologize if I do. Around September, or no, around the middle of December, I started getting so bad after the Hangout ending and me being kicked out of the teen center, dealing with all that bullshit before, and WIW ending the first time, my fundraiser that I wasn't able to continue at first the first time, my dad almost dying. I was thinking of suicide. And there's only one other time in my life that I thought that, and I swore to myself that that would be the last time I ever thought that, and it wasn't. I was really dead set, and for some reason I just didn't do it. Planning on jumping out my bedroom window, and never did it. I never did it because I knew that if I somehow survived, then I'll be really hurt, and I would have hurt my family in the process if I succeeded or failed. And I think that's what just kind of held me back, and that was scary. It was wicked scary. So I tried to get those thoughts out of my brain, but I never really attended to what was making me so hurt. And in the process, it was killing my passion for a lot of things. And then stuff kept happening that got worse. I would have to say that one of them was in college. I don't know if it was my fault or not, and I can't really talk about much of it, but just wish things could ended differently. Luckily, I'm still into college, but there was a period of time where I was in trouble, and not just grade-wise, but I was actually in trouble with them. Luckily, I was able to still be in there and just be on probation. I think it was academic probation they call it, but that's what I was on, and thank God for that. But still, it was a really scary time for me, and I thought somewhat that was my fault too, not for the reason that, if anybody watches this and knows what I'm talking about, knows me on a personal level, not for the reason you think at all, but for a different reason. Always had that little nagging feeling that I should have said something in a specific situation that happened prior to that, and I ended up just not doing it. And that I did something even worse, which was message a person I wasn't supposed to message, or that I should have never messaged in the first place, I should say. And that was part of the reason. And for that, I think our club fell victim to that overmess. So luckily, it exists in our hearts. But man, it sucked when it ended at that college, and it kind of affected this. It affected you guys. It affected my passion to create anything, and even for wrestling, I was losing my passion. For some reason, I just took it so seriously, and it's not because I hate WWE. I really don't. And you see my videos. I mean, I made a damn video where I said humanity was dead, for fuck's sake. But I never meant for it to be like a hateful video. I just really am passionate, and I want to help, and I just don't want to see that company not exist. So for some reason, I just got that nagging feeling, but at the same time, it's like I feel like no matter what I do, none of it's gonna matter. So it's very... Sorry, that's my cat. It's very difficult to really get out of the funk, or it was really difficult. But I'm tending to it now, and I realize that you guys can only help so much, and you can definitely help people's lives. You know, as long as, you know, the person who's creating content for you helps themselves. And I don't feel like I've done that. And spilling my guts here online, you know, it kind of shows. You know, I need to tend to issues that affect me personally and affect my passion. Because if I don't do that, then how can I create content for you guys? You guys deserve it. You guys got me to 1,000. Yeah, I created the content. Yeah, I'm good at editing and coming up with good ideas. But without you guys, I don't. There is no 1,000 subscribers. And I have not been creating content like I should. And I feel like I have let a lot of people down. And I'm going to stop doing that. And the only way I can stop doing that is if I tend to what I need to tend to. And it's not going to be easy, but the end goal is to make something of myself for my future kids, for the person who I want to be with the rest of my life if she watches this. And I really hope she does. For my friends, for my family, but most of all, and not least in any sense of the word, myself. So I can be the best that I can be for everyone around me and for everyone that I work for in the future, going forward. You know, and part of that is tending to myself, and that's what I'm going to do as I'm uploading videos. So I'm not necessarily on a set schedule yet, but I will be. I'm gonna be on a set schedule. It's gonna be sporadic. I'm gonna probably release videos, maybe 2 or 3 at a time, during the week, or maybe even during the day. Who knows? I don't know what it brings, but I know that I want to make videos for you guys, and I want to put them out to you, so that you guys don't go without them. So again, I know this has been an emotional roller coaster. If you guys watched to the end, I don't blame you if it was boring, some of it, but and I know I was probably a blubbering mess, and I look like a ridiculous person, but if you made it to the end, thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers, and thank you for watching my content at all. It really matters to me that you guys care about what I put out here, whether it's a hobby or a job. This is what I want to do, and you guys can make that possible. You guys have shown me that, and I'll never forget that. I'll never forget this day where I realized I reached 1,000 subscribers. And hopefully, and I'm close to 1 million views altogether in total of my videos, which I think is just insane. 1 million people, or close to 1 million people, have watched my videos combined, and they come in thousands, and it's just unreal. And I will never forget that. And I appreciate you guys very much for that. Till next time, guys. And there definitely is going to be a next time, sooner rather than later. See you on the J. Ebert side.